So now we're going to talk about some properties of an equality. We're going to start with the reflexive property. Now when we talk about the reflexive property, it just says any quantity equals itself. So in symbols, they would just say for any number A equals A, or examples 3 equals 3, or you can make that more complex, 9 plus 2 equals 9 plus 2, or like 8 minus 5 equals 8 minus 5. So I'm going to summarize that and write it down. Now you don't have to write the whole thing down, you can just write the summary. So I'm writing reflexive property, and then any quantity equals itself. I don't use quantity that often, so I'm just going to write a number equals itself. And they use the word quantity because you could also use variable. It's okay. So in symbols, we could say, well, A equals A, or in numbers, we could say 3 equals 3. So there is my reflexive property. Now, the symmetric property just says if one quantity equals a second quantity, then the second quantity equals a first. So that was a little bit confusing to me, but then I look at the symbols. For any numbers A and B, if A equals B, then B equals A. Oh, you can switch the two things on the sides of the equal sign. So if 7 equals 3 plus 4, 3 plus 4 equals 7. Oh, that makes sense. So that's called the symmetric property. And I'm just going to write switch sides. So if I have A equals B, remember these are different, not up here with reflexive A equals A. If A equals B, then B equals A. Or 3 plus 2 equals 5. You could switch them and say 5 equals 3 plus 2. And then there's one last property that we're going to talk about. It's called the transitive property. So if one quantity equals a second, and the second equals a third, the first equals a third. And I'm going to write this over here. And I'm just going to put if A equals B and B equals C, then A equals C. So that's what it is in symbols. If A equals B and B equals C, then A equals C. Like you know, 5 plus 1 equals 2 plus 4. They're both equal to 6. And you know 2 plus 4 equals 6. Well, then you know 5 plus 1 equals 6.